What's up, vegan savages, and welcome to another episode, an English episode, because Irina asked me, can we do it in English? And I was like, sure, it's been a while that two Germans, that I've done an English episode with two Germans, so let's see how that goes. And we're gonna talk about sex.
Penises and vaginas.
Pop that pussy. Yo, we're diving deep in the universe of juicy stuff, wet shit.
Yeah.
Out of words. Okay. Okay. Talk, and I'm gonna light the penis candle.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Like, I guess the topic, I don't know. We kind of thought about this podcast because I said that my sex life changed a lot since I have a long. Exactly. Because I just got one, you know.
Yeah.
If you go here to the store downstairs, you can just get one, you know. But it came up because my sex life changed a lot since I have a long-term relationship. So, or it's not even that long-term, it's like 8 months or something like that. But still it changed a lot because my sex life started with probably everyone's sex life started. It's an awkward experience the first time, you know, when you don't know what to do, especially when you're with a partner that doesn't know what to do, you know, and it's just like but then like I had such a long time in which I haven't had a long relationship with someone, so I couldn't be comfortable with that person. And because I just had like 2 years of having sex with people, where I just took it as it was. I saw sex because I haven't had that deep, intense experience. I saw sex as, yeah, it's okay, you know, and I have never seen it like everyone else. Yeah, sex is wow, and it's so amazing, and you can, you know, like it's one of the experiences in this human life, you know. So I just took it as it was, and then I never thought about how deep it can actually go. And then I had a I started my long-term relationship, which I'm still in now, and you can let yourself fall into that person. Let's say, I don't know, like let loose, be comfortable, you have trust, you can be yourself truly, you can experiment, because you're not like this one night stand kind of vibe where you don't know, is it weird what I'm doing, is it not weird, you know, in the beginning, where you don't even know what you want, what you like, what gives you pleasure and stuff like that. And I never had that before, and now I am experiencing it, and I'm still experiencing so much. Like every single time I get over myself more and more, and especially talking to people that had these kind of experiences, and I learned from them a lot. And yeah, it's really nice because it changed so much. And this whole thing started when I was 20 years old, and I lost my virginity when I was 16 years old. So 4 years I was just seeing sex as, yeah, okay, you know. And then suddenly, like not suddenly, but in this relationship, it changed so much for me. And yeah, I'm learning to explore myself more and more, and to express myself more and more. And this sex topic is not that awkward or, you know, unknown chapter for me anymore, you know. And that's really nice. So yeah, that's it for the podcast today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for tuning in, and we see you next time.
No, I don't know, it's interesting because I guess I started having a weird, I still have kind of a weird relationship to men in general, like not like personally to Ferry, for example, or to my boyfriend, or to the people I really know, but to man, the species man itself. Because growing up, I was confronted with a lot of traumatic experiences. Like since I was 10 years old, my parents, for example, they were very hippies, and we were always at the nudist beach and stuff like that. And my sister and I, we always kind of looked older than we were, and we looked pretty hot, but yeah, I mean, with 10 years old you can't look hot, but like 12 years old us, yes, we were, you know, tall, and people thought we were like maybe 16, 17, and then we're like guys, old guys, jerking off next to us, having boners on the beach, or, you know, how did I say the word, handsy, becoming handsy, like they came to us, talked to us, and was like really just like, how can you not make a bad opinion about men, that they're like these animals that just come and, you know, sex and erotics, you know, it's horrible that I had to create, or a lot of girls have to, or a lot of girls get this this image of men, because so many men are showing that, and there are not so many men that are comforting and showing the opposite, because the opposite would be just to not do that. And you don't really see the people that don't do it, but you only see the people that do it, you know? So then you only base your entire opinion, your image, on the bad experiences, and this is what happened for me. And then every time I got into a like erotic, sexual kind of situation, I was very scared off, and I was like, oh shit, it's happening again, you know? And I didn't want it, and I was really putting a lock on this chapter in my life. And then I didn't want to accept men as, I didn't let go. I didn't let myself go when I was in the presence of men, and I knew, or I thought, that they always have this thought in their mind, that thought, you know. And yeah, it's horrible that I built my image on that thing, and then my entire sex life, those 4 years, were also based on that experience. So I could never like see the man as a sensual connection, like deeper connection, and just the physical having sex and being like these animals, you know. I never saw that. I never saw sex like that, and I never saw men like that. And now, when I'm starting to learn more about this and having more like deeper connections to men, and having more contact to men that are the opposite, that are asking for consent, that are, you know, gentle, then you redefine this entire image of men. And I really want this, but still there are so many guys that are not like that, you know. So as a girl, you really have to be careful about that. But yeah, it's just horrible, you know, traumatic experience. So many girls have this, and
I would call it challenging, you know, because we're all facing the same challenges basically, but on the surface they're differently, you know. Like, you have the challenge as you're born, your higher mind chose to be born as a hot girl.
Yeah.
So you have this like, oh, I'm getting 14 and everyone is so nice to me, but then, oh, they all wanna just fuck me. And then you're 19 and, oh, I'm with this billionaire in a private jet and getting all these perks, but they just wanna fuck me. They just wanna fuck me, and they are so nice. But as soon as we had sex or then they dropped me, and there was all just a game, and they played me. And I want to have deep connections. I want to connect, and I want to find real, lasting friends who actually care about me, not just about my looks. And then they more and more get it, like you more and more get it, that you see through the bullshit. Like, oh, Ferdi, he's actually crushing on my soul. He likes me for who I am. He loves me unconditional and not of my looks. Okay, I see through that bullshit. This guy, he's just hitting on me. He just wants to fuck me and doesn't care about the things I care so much about, because I feel the way, because I've been there before, and I can see through that. And then other people choose the same challenge, as we all have the same challenges, but on the surface is, oh, he or she, the higher mind, shows I'm born quote unquote ugly. And then, oh, no one, you know, falls in love with me. No one wants to have sex with me. But whoa, I have these friends. They stay with me.
Yeah.
And they are here from the get-go, because straight up, they come to me because they like my soul. They see they see my true colors, they see who I am at the core, my light, and that's what makes you beautiful. And then these the connections that I wanna have, and then they learn it that way, that they accept the way they look and see the beauty in that, and that it's not the surface shit, but it's their light that's shining, that's attractive. And then it's kind of the same challenge as we all have, but on the surface it's differently, but on the core it's the same. So it's so nice that you speak about it, that others can relate, and maybe get that challenge more quickly, that they see through the bullshit, see through that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, for example, when a man, let's say at the beach, it still happened this year a gazillion times that just a random guy had a boner next to me, and I'm not judging that they can't control it, or that they jerk off next to me, or that they just come and tell me like, they just disturb my peace in that moment. And most, like, I don't judge them for that. Or if they're staring, there are so many like staring guys, and my mom and my sister and we call them glotza. Like, I don't know, since we're kids and we always knew, and we were just telling my mom, yeah, there's a glotza, and she was, I don't know, maybe telling the guy that's responsible for the beach to tell him that he should go away or something. But now I don't want to, like, a lot of girls, when they have experiences like that, they get really offended personally, and which is okay, I mean, reasonable. But what I'm trying to do is not to get offended personally, because if I would do that all the time to get offended by them, then my entire life would be just offended, being offended and being like these really aggressive feminist women that are really just aggressive towards this topic. I just want to understand those people, because they have a reason they do it for. They have some definition, some belief that make them behave like that, and I'm trying to understand, and I'm telling them lovingly, this is not okay. You cannot do this. You're making people feel uncomfortable. Like, face them with the reality that's happening from the other side of the, from the other point of view, and I'm telling that to the guys. I'm going to them, like the glotza people. I'm going to them and I tell them it's not okay, and I talk to them, and I'm really kind and just want to understand them in a way. And they have then so much respect that I did that, and they're like, whoa, they didn't know. You can't like expect people to understand what you want or what you think just from your looks, or from insulting them, or from being like aggressive or stuff like that. You have to tell them to talk to them, because this is the way we communicate, and you can only make them understand, and you can only teach them by showing them what is happening from the other point of view. And then I do that, and they understand, and they're like, whoa, okay. And then they, maybe just for the day, they stop doing it. Maybe tomorrow they start again, but at least they got a little bit, And then maybe the next person does the same thing, and then they get it more and more and more and more. And then there will be less guys that will have this kind of behavior, But if they're just, most of the women aggressively reacting to that behavior, then they will just, for some guys, it's even a motivation that they continue doing this, just because
they get attention, and it all stays on the surface. She's annoyed and he gets attention, but he doesn't get fulfillment, because why is he doing that? Let's get to the root. Why is he doing that? Because he's looking for love. He wants love. Why does he want to fuck you? Because he wants to experience love. There's something, he's desperate, this desperate frequency. And that's the only way he thinks he gets it, by being desperate and going for it because he wants it. But the universe is paradox. So if you truly get it, that you find it in yourself, that you love yourself, then you're not looking at the outside for validation for anything, because you love yourself unconditionally, and then you love everyone else unconditionally, and then you're only excited to have sex with someone if the person is also excited to have sex with you. Otherwise you don't want it, because it's not that frequency of highest excitement. So once you're not looking for it anymore because you love yourself, you find it, because then you have that frequency where you don't care, and you don't stare, and you don't give off this vibes of but hey, you want to vibe, let's vibe. You don't want to vibe, don't vibe. You want to have sex, let's have sex. You don't want to have sex, let's not have sex. And that is so comforting, when the other person feels zero pushed, just comforted, no expectation at all, just flow and vibe. And yet there you feel comfortable, and there the sexual vibe arouses. And since I truly love myself and don't care if I have sex with another person, I have more sex than I could ever imagine. So it's paradox again. Once you don't stop looking, it finds you. It's you. It's always you. So it's so nice to, as you do, to teach people that and go that level deeper.
Yeah, but
where I know. These people, they're really often quote unquote lost, where
limited
and then you don't always want to go that deep. You just want to chill, want to enjoy your peace, your vibe, and don't enjoy these vibes of being freaked out. I mean, I haven't
Yes,
experienced
definitely.
that, but I can so imagine experiencing that, and that feels like ew. I just want to lock myself away or be with people like we are in Austria, where we're all vibing and we cut all these people out. So I can so feel how it is. I know how it is in places like Berlin, where I cut things out because I don't like that frequency, so I cut it out. And I know how nice it is when you're at places where you don't need to cut out anything because you want to absorb and everything, because it's all so nice, the nature, the people, and there's no
But I would love to go with everyone that deep, but
I know.
I won't, because I'm not at the beach to have deep talks with some random guys, of course. But still, even this little intention to show them a little bit of love and to show them that, it's not okay what they're doing, but it's like their behavior is valid because you can understand that it comes from somewhere, and it's not like his true self manifesting. It's just some weird things that he experienced in the life he had before, and you just have to show this to that person. And maybe he doesn't get it fully. Of course he doesn't get it fully, because these people are so limited that they won't get it fully, but you're giving them a little bit of spark, a little bit of,
and that could go a long way. Then here's a story. I was in the gym. I saw how this guy creeped out this girl. I walked to this girl and I was like, hey, can you stop talking to my girlfriend? He was like, oh, sorry. We looked at each other, we smiled, and I was like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
She's like, thank you for saving me. You know what I did? I walked to the guy and I talked like that. And I was like, hey, I recorded a podcast exactly about that. He wrote me at the end, wow, I not just listened to that, but 10 more episodes, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. So what you can do out of it, here's this reflection in this reality you don't enjoy, like factory farming. I get so excited. I get so much purpose to change the current world and shift into a reality where people get it that it's me, I'm gonna love myself, I find it myself, I'm not looking at the outside and don't do this fucked up shit. So then maybe you're excited to talk to me and record a podcast, and that's what we're doing right now. And then maybe you start your own podcast or you speak about it on your social media, because you get talking to each individual on the streets who eats a burger. That's not productive, and not that what is productive. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me at all. And it's your excitement. That's your true natural self. So follow that. So I got excited to promote veganism, healthy lifestyle choices via social media and reach so many people, and this nice filter where I don't have to deal with the people, and synchronistically the people who are open for that, it will find them, But then I use every opportunity when I'm somewhere and I'm excited to talk to him or her. I do that. And so keep doing that, and then see if the person lets you in and you're excited to talk to him or her. And
yeah, definitely. And I really have, yesterday I had so much input and so much inspiration from just talking with people. And I wrote down so many topics I want to talk about, and I want to start my podcast and talk from this woman's view and stuff like that, because it's really important. And so many girls are just they don't which is totally valid, so offended by it, because who decided that it's okay for women to be harassed or to be grabbed by any guy in the club, and it's okay? And so many girls are scared to say no because they think it's rude, or because they think, maybe they get mad. My mom told me all my life, don't be so harsh to the guys, because maybe they're aggressive, maybe they will punch you, maybe they will and whatever. And I was just like, yeah, but okay, so they do, but they will never get it, and no one will ever get it, and we just still live in this fucking reality where girls have to be scared to walk on the street every single evening, every single night, because they're scared that some guy can attack them and, you know, do whatever they want, and they will just be scared to, you know, to
Yes,
show
let's
that.
change it. Let's
Yeah,
change it. And how do
exactly.
we do it? By first understanding the root, where it's coming from. Again, as I
Yeah.
said, what you believe you're gonna experience. We're all 100% light. We're all pure. We're all bliss, but filtered through a belief. And a belief is just a story, and you can tell yourself a different story. And most people, or many people, run around with beliefs they don't belong to them. They're super heavy. They're such a burden because they're coming from their parents, their environment, their family, from their parents, and they're so limiting, negative, and so fear-based. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm a piece of shit. I'm looking for validation the outside, and thus you get all the reflection, because what you truly believe, you're gonna experience. Everything are reflections. You look in the mirror, you smile, the reflection smiles back. It has no choice. It's forced, and everything out there are reflections based on your core belief, what you believe more strongly to be true, not what you would like to believe, not what you talk yourself into. No, what you believe more strongly to be true. And beliefs and definitions can be changed. So get in touch with your belief system. And these people who do that, they believe they are not enough, there's something missing. They're looking for validation for all that shit on the outside, and then they're doing more and more fucked up shit to experience love, because this hole, I want to fill it. I want to fill it with something, maybe with food, and then they get fat, maybe with drugs, so I numb it, but then it comes back once I'm sober, maybe here with sex. Oh, nice, yeah, I need you, you make me complete, and oh, then she's gone, and I depend on her, and I do fucked up shit like I rape her. All this shit comes from that core belief that you are not enough, there's something missing, that there's something in the here and now that makes you incomplete, that you are cut out off of source, that you don't belong. But that's an illusion, and we are always connected. You create the illusion of disconnection out of connection. It's an illusion, and once you get it, that creation doesn't make meaningless mistakes. We all belong. There's nothing missing in the here and now. You have everything, and we need you. Without you, creation wouldn't be complete. Once you truly believe that, you experience that, and then you don't look for anything in the outside. Everything is extra, and you only want that vibe, that frequency of highest excitement. When he, or whoever is not excited about something, you are not excited. And that is the core, and that's why I do what I do, my podcast and all that stuff. So that is the root cause for why people do that. And now maybe some action tips for women out there, what they can do. For example, change your environment. I mean, when we were in Austria, basically no one gave you the creeps, because we were there with the cows, with our cool people, and the mountains. And I will tell you, once you're in Kopangan,
Yes.
hardly people will give you that. But at certain places, at some gyms or at some beaches around the world, you will get that so much. So then, and often these are less conscious places, and not in a judging way at all. But then, hey, once you get it, go to a more conscious place.
Yeah, definitely. That's like let's say escaping the problem, basically, because you don't want to have it. But for me, for example, I want to change it. I'm not offended by this behavior. I understand it, and not a lot of girls or women do understand it, and then they better escape, because otherwise they have to struggle all the time with this being offended all the time, you know.
But it can be called escape when you do it on the frequency of escapism,
Yeah,
where
no,
you
I
think
mean-
like that is the only, you're looking in the outside again, like, or you see it as, that's my excitement, because yeah, I could stay here, I don't depend on going somewhere else, because I make my own luck. But my own luck is, I am free, I can go wherever I am, and when I'm excited to go somewhere else, that is truly me being there, because that is following my highest excitement.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not using the word escape in a negative connotation. Like, I know it sounds as if I don't want to confront that problem, but you have the possibility to escape, like to just do something that resonates more with you.
And that is
I'm not
often
saying
nice.
it's nice.
Like factory farming. I don't need to be in a factory farm. It's not that I'm escaping it by not looking at it or footage all the time, because I know how fucked up it is, and because I know it, I keep fighting for it, for a vegan world every day, by being vegan myself, by spreading it, by wearing these frequencies on my shirts, all this stuff. And I'm not escaping it, I'm fighting for it, but I'm creating the dream reality at the same time, because it's not like I have to fight in a battle scenery until it changes. I can be in the heaven right now. So for all the women right there, out there right now. You can experience a total heaven, a total ecstasy of existence right now, every moment, because it's all you and you can create it and still fight for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely you can do that. And what I want to reach, for example, I will do both. For example, I want to go to Kopangan and then I will experience that part. And I learned from that part that like there are people that are just like I want this world to be, like the entire world to be, you know. And then I learn it from that experience, and then I want to take that and bring it to the world where people don't get it, you know. And then what you ask, what behavior can you take, and how can you like be in order for people to get it, to teach people, but without being aggressive, without giving them the exact attention that those guys want in order to feel like respected or to feel better about themselves, you know. So what I do, for example, as I said, at the beach, I just go to the guys. I mean, it's not that I'm not scared. Every time I do this, I have to get over myself and think about what I'm going to say and how I can stay calm and how I can stay like very like ignoring all the negative thoughts I have about this guy, because in my head it's still, wow, this is a jerk. He can't, like, why is he like this? You know, it's so many questions and they just come from this aggressive state of being, you know, and I just want to ignore those and to take only the loving and the understanding and the, let's say, therapeutic message I want to give them, and I would just want to ignore everything else.
Just the love, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then I do that and talk to the guys. In the club, for example, let's say when someone comes to you and they get handsy and they touch you and you're scared to say no, because you're also like, I also have the privilege that I'm tall and big, so I'm not so scared of guys in general. But even if you are small, I know so many girls that are tiny and skinny and stuff, and they're still very strong just because they have the guts to say something. You just have to tell them, not aggressively, because if you give aggression, they give you aggression back.
What you put out is what you get back.
So you just say them, okay, I don't feel comfortable. Can you just leave me, like, enjoy this part, you enjoy this concert or whatever, and just let me be here and talk to them, you know, as much as you want, but talk to them lovingly, not. Don't give them this negative vibes.
See the love. See the love. See they are you. They are part of you. See, you would do exactly what they would do if you would be in their body, would have the same beliefs, the same experiences they have. You would do the same, and it's not their true natural self. The light is covered by this limiting belief of fear, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. It's not them. See the light shining through that, and come from a loving place, and then. But only if it excites you, you know, and only if you feel comfortable, and it depends moment to moment. When you feel unsafe or something, don't do it, walk away, seek for help. And but see everyone as a crying baby, because we all were born as pure crying babies, and then they got these beliefs filtered into them, and they are still holding on to this negative, limiting, fear-based beliefs, which is making them do the most fucked up shit, but it's not their true natural self. And change is the only constant. It can change in a positive way when, so if you feel the excitement come from a loving place and see through that shit.
And always, like, I'm not saying, okay, just get your shit together and do it and tell them and be the strong, independent woman that, you know, makes your own reality and stuff like this. Don't do that. Make sure you're safe in the first place, because if you are like emotionally unstable in that moment because you feel too aggressive or you feel too offended, then tell someone to do that for you, or ask someone, maybe another guy, to do that for you, but also that guy should be loving, not like, hey, yo, you're such a jerk, I will punch you if you grab my girl again, you know.
What you put out, what you get back.
Exactly, not like that. But I'm saying that be safe. Some guys are aggressive as they're like being in general. Maybe if they drunk or something, they're even more aggressive. So be safe in the first place, but still don't be scared. Don't be scared to do it yourself, and don't be scared to ask someone to do it for you. Like my sister, for example, she for a long time has been very scared to or to say anything to a guy. Like, the guy was dancing next to her, and instead of saying anything, she just went to meet her, like, to the right, and just avoided that. But the guy, like, that wasn't a sign for him. Some guys don't get it, and the guy was just following her. And then when I saw it, I was just going to the guy, and I was like, bro, it's not okay. Can you leave us alone? You know, we're just enjoying the time here and stuff like that. And at that time, I was still a little bit aggressive, because sometimes guys are so, you can't talk and it's like a wall, you know? And then I became a little aggressive. I was like pushing them away, you know, with my hands, and becoming like physical. And now I know that I don't want to do that, and that if I have to do that, then I would just leave the place, you know? Because if I have to do that in order for them to get it, I rather don't do it than do it, and then you never know what happens, you know? Like, the guy can get
That's why I
aggressive,
come to
so.
aesthetic dances. They're none of these guys.
Yeah, but you know, I talked about that yesterday too, because my definition of guys and men is so fucked up sometimes that even in that circumstances, I was feeling uncomfortable when a guy came to me and danced with me. You know, when I told you the namaste, I wasn't feeling uncomfortable with you, but there were 4 guys before you that came to me that were just dancing with me, and I told, like, I didn't want it, and I told them no, but only because it's not that I didn't want to dance with that soul, you know, that person as a person, not like ignoring the fact that it's a man. It was that I had in my head this thing that I thought, if I dance with him now, I give him this hope that he can do the next step with me, you know? And even though it was a rule in the entire event to not get handsy or to not, you know, go further than just dancing or something like that, like to be very careful with that, I was still having this in my mind, and I was like, I have to be careful, and I don't want to give them any sign, because I know that guys are sometimes like
and
too
they
excited
take
about
everything.
it.
They just take your eye glance as a sign.
Exactly,
And
exactly. And then
I
even
know,
in this
I
event, I
know.
was like feeling uncomfortable, and then when I said namaste to you to leave me alone because there were so many guys coming, and then I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
And I was
and
just
you know, I immediately left. Like,
exactly.
I get it,
Yeah.
and I'm not offended, because I know I'm enough. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with
Yeah.
me, and thus synchronistically, I'm so thankful, because then it allows me where I could truly be, and then bam, I bumped into her, and bam, boosh. That's why nice that you and yeah, but not every guy is like that. So
I
that's
know.
why we get you some
Yes.
severe burns. Then you're not
Yes.
so hot anymore, quote unquote hot, through mainstream, and then
Yeah.
they get the true beauty is your light.
Yeah. But
yeah.
also like during the event, in the beginning it was like this till like a little bit past the middle of the event, and then in the end I was just, at some point I was very tired from all the dancing, and I was just watching everyone, and I was like so amazed. There was one guy, he was dancing like crazy. It was so amazing. Like, I loved watching him because he was like so passionate, and I know that he wanted to dance with me before, and then when I got back in, I just realized that maybe these people just want to do it, like just want to dance and just want to enjoy this dance with me or with anyone else. And then I let go of that belief, and I dance with everyone, like with all the guys. And let's say some gave me still the vibe that they want to go further, and I knew that, and I acknowledged it, and I said, okay, no. But then other guys that before I thought they would have this intention.
Don't make assumptions.
Exactly. But you know, when you have all these experiences, like from 10 years old, for 10 years,
I know.
I have been confronted with this situation, and it's still happening. You know, it's not like it disappeared just because I change circumstances. But it's hard to get rid of this. Even Naftali, he said that sometimes it happens, even in his events, and he is very like sad about that even though he makes these rules, sometimes it still happens that in the end of the event, the woman comes to him and tells him, yo, it was really nice, but there was this guy, and he didn't get my signs, and he didn't want to leave me alone, and stuff like that, you know. It still happens. So you can't totally ignore the fact that men are like this, because the society teaches them to be like
trust
this.
in
but
yourself,
also,
trust in your power, trust in that, don't be defined by the past or but define in your power that you can see through that bullshit. I became so good in seeing through bullshit of people that I immediately know, are they interested in my reach? Are they interested in my network or in my money or whatever, or are they liking me? Are they liking my
Yes.
soul? I see immediately if this person is insecure, if the person is nervous, how deep we can go. I see it immediately because
Yeah.
vibes don't lie, and trust in that. Just fall, be yourself, feel comfortable, dance with whom you want to dance, and then you feel it immediately, and then you make the signs really damn clear. Like don't be afraid of making it clear as fuck. You give them namaste, they don't get it. You give them a X, they don't get it. You use your language. You say no, leave me alone, and walk away. You make it really clear, and you don't have to be so hesitant and can just vibe, because vibes are so loud. And for all the women who are listening, and just to make sure, or to point it out, if you are not excited to talk to him or her, then don't do it. Only do it if it's your excitement to talk to him or her. And I get so that you're so not excited about it. And I have other female friends who are so not excited about it, and they just, how they do it, like one friend, she told me like, hey, he comes and he says like, oh, nice ass, and she just says like a compliment, just like really kind. She says, oh, thank you, and she walks clearly away, like out of that, and you can so clearly ignore people, and I know it's not nice, but they're sending you this vibe, and you don't enjoy it at all. So to make it clear, just walk away lovingly, but clearly. But you don't have, if you're not excited to talk to him or anything, you don't do it. Don't do it. Always follow your excitement.
I'm just wondering now if this whole, like, there's so many lesbian people or bisexual women more than men. I'm wondering if this is also coming from the fact that women just sometimes cannot trust men, and we get this like opinion about men, and then we have so much more trust in women, like giving our entire trust and loving and stuff like this, because we know that they, we can relate to them more. Maybe this is also one of the reasons where there are so many women falling more for women, because they know they can trust them more.
True. I ranted about it in many podcasts. I have so many female friends who, of 100 girls, they kind of love all of them. They're attracted by all of them. Attraction.
Yeah.
And they say, well, for men, of 100 men, I'm maybe attracted to 2. And then again, why is that? Because what is truly attractive? It's not the surface shit. It's your vibe.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
your light. And the vibe many guys send out is this: I am not enough. And then they wanna then give you this ness, and also this negative ego shit is so more in guys, because it's pushed from other guys into their belief system,
and
that
from
they
society,
that they play games with you, that they see you as less, that they see you as something below them, and then these games are so ew. That's so unattractive. Because you feel it immediately. The vibe doesn't lie.
Yes.
He tells you something nice, but you sense the vibe. Oh, he just want to have sex with me. Oh, he just makes me pretty eyes. Oh, and he's bragging with all his shit to, oh, he just wanna have sex with me. Ew. And then you meet another woman who who shows herself vulnerable, lets you in, and coming from the heart, from the light, and that is so fucking attractive. So attractive.
Yes.
And that's why, again, this paradox, since I am truly my true natural self, I get so much affection, sex, physical touch, all of that in abundance, because I'm not looking for it anymore, and because I don't care, because I am enough. For me, I only want to have sex if the other person truly is excited and want to have sex, and if I am excited. If the other person is excited and I'm not, I don't wanna. And that is so attractive when it's not the negative ego, when it's not the I'm not enough and this needy frequency. And that's why I think so many are bisexual. And yeah, and then I mean, I'm nowadays bisexual too, because I see through, because I'm not attracted by genitals. I'm attracted by vibes, and not just I'm not just attracted by people. Because of my trips, my dreams, I have sex with aliens. I'm pansexual, where I'm attracted by the vibe of the person, and I'm attracted to guys, and the guys I'm attracted to, zero negative ego, zero neediness. They love themselves unconditionally. They're pure.
Yes.
Like Paolo, he's so pure. That's so attractive. Wow. And then
Wow.
getting physical touch, getting love in not just sex or physical touch, but in all ways. And whatever excites me the most or us the most, going deeper with that. When there's another being and she hasn't gone so deeply with herself, then I know the sex, I'm not so excited because she's insecure. It's that kind of sex. Then I'm much more excited to go deep in another way than sexually, in the frequency of words, where we open up her fear-based beliefs and transform them so she can go deeper with herself and we can go deeper together. And then, bam, we both get excited sexually because she feels loving, comfortable, worthy in her own skin. So getting love out of everything and what excites you the most, and experience love, laying yourself in that feeling of unconditional love in whatever excites you, and don't think, oh, love is sex, love is physical, love is love is everything, and whatever excites you both the most, do that.
Yeah, it was so amazing to experience.
You see how
in
cool that
that
penis looks?
Yes, from my side, like from here, it's just shiny. I just realized before, when it was like a bit taller, when I was like here, it was exactly
Whoa.
at my mouth. Like in the camera.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, now I forgot about in this events, in this ecstatic dance, or what it was, meditation, like conscious dancing, and this event, I realized how, sex is just one tool to connect. Basically, this is what I felt. You didn't
Yes.
have, you cuddled with someone, you maybe kissed someone, you maybe like just hold them, maybe just dance with them, and there's so much erotic and sexual connection just through that. And this shows exactly that sex is another way to connect. And it was just so amazing and pure, and with the people that let their aura or let their vibe spread, and you can just take it, and you can have sex with it, but not physically have sex with it. You know what I
Lay
mean?
yourself in that unconditional love.
Yes.
Like when we were laying there and you got all these downloads and you were talking, there was so sex for me in the deepest way,
Yes.
deeper than physical sex, because I felt such a connection to you. I saw you as I saw me. I saw yourself in me. I saw me in yourself. That's the way. And just laying in that unconditional love and
embracing it and let it be.
and
Yes.
in the abundance in all ways, experiencing it in all ways, because sex quickly is not so exciting and you want to do something else, and you can get the same frequency, what we're made out of, unconditional love in all things. And once you're experiencing in all things is once you start to love yourself unconditionally, following what excites you the most, and getting that when you follow your highest excitement every moment, you're being in that core frequency of existence itself, of unconditional love. And you're experiencing that bliss, that joy in all different ways, but it's the same frequency of this unconditional love. And you lay yourself in that, like you and me, when we're just vibing, it's that frequency. And then, we want to do something. And then once we do that, quickly or at some point, we want to do something else. And then we do things independently, and we're still laying in this unconditional love, following our bliss, our joy, and just vibing.
Yes. This is like connecting this entire conversation back to the beginning of the podcast, where I talked about that my sex life just changed a lot when I found comfort in someone. It also had a lot to do with the fact that I, in the last 2 years, started loving myself so much and getting comfortable with every single feature of myself, every single part that I didn't accept so much, that I didn't love so much, that I wanted to make it better and better and better and change it every single day. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh, that's not okay, I have to change it, and I was just so focused on what I want to change and not so much focused on what I have, and these last 2 years I started being in love with myself and being comfortable with myself, being here, looking at my body, looking at my face, looking at my, appearance in general, being completely comfortable, looking at my mindset, my beliefs, my thoughts, everything, and being comfortable with every single thing that I have created for myself. And this also gave me this freedom to express myself 100%, also in my sex life, where you are 100% vulnerable, like you're giving yourself you're out there 100% letting go of the filters and everything. You're 100% connecting with that person, and if you don't let go, you cannot do that, and sex is just okay, you know. But if you learn to love yourself and be comfortable with yourself and everything you do, and nothing is weird anymore, and all your manifestations are valid and okay, and if that person doesn't, like, you only attract the person that also accepts that, you know. And if you have someone that you can be vulnerable with, you can also express yourself 100%, and then you can enjoy it more and more and more. So one of the parts, like, besides of having a long-term relationship where I can fully connect with that person 100%, was that I had a long-term relationship with myself, where I learned about myself, and I learned that I'm totally enough. And this is one of the main things that make sex not be just this physical activity anymore, but sex be this fucking amazing, like, fucking, you know, like, connecting, like, being in, like, not just in that person physically, but in that person, and one, you know. It changes so much if you are one with yourself and the other person is one with themselves, and then you become one together, and it's just different. You feel everything, and it changed a lot to get comfortable with myself, like getting out of the fitness gym stuff 7 months ago or something like that. I stopped going to the gym. This also changed a lot, because in the gym you're always like I was always in the beginning comparing myself. She looks better, she can do that better, you know. And then I stopped doing that, but still going to the gym creates this, like, I want to look like this or like that. And now I didn't go to the gym anymore. I followed my excitement this entire summer 100%. And this is how I look now. And this is exactly how I want to look, because I followed my excitement, and it manifests in my physical appearance too. And yeah, it just, like, I got rid of all those comparing and all this, like, I'm not enough kind of beliefs, and just got into the here and now, where I'm totally enough no matter how I look. And if I get fat, then I'm enough, and I am fat, and I'm still enough, you know. But if I look like this right now, I'm very much enough, because I created this as it is, just by being who I am, you know. So yeah, it's really, really important to get in touch with yourself, and then you can fully enjoy sex, like, yeah.
So proud of you. Good girl. Listen to Bashar a lot and truly getting it that it's all you. I want to read you something from Bashar, and quick shout out to Bashar. Listen to Bashar, write me a direct message, and I send you access to my Google Drive folder where I have a sheet how I recommend consuming Bashar, where to start, what to listen first. Also, it's also underneath this podcast a link to Spotify where you find Bashar. It's called Higher Mind. Just binge listening it. Listening to Bashar is just listening to your higher mind. Your higher mind talks to you. It's the Bashar flavor. It's so insane what it does to you. Give it a try. See if it excites you. See if it resonates. Here's something from Bashar. What you just said in a nutshell. The first relationship is with yourself. Romance yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. And you will automatically attract a reflection of that in some way, shape, or form. But drop expectations for how you think it should come in a certain way. Let it surprise you and romance you by unexpectancy. Love yourself and let the reflection be what it needs to be to serve you. Okay, I want to read something else. Quickly, let the reflections to be what it needs to be to serve you. That relationships are for the reason to learn more about each other, about yourself. So never have any expectations. Drop them all. Love yourself unconditionally, and you will automatically attract the same frequency. What you put out is what you get back. This, my best friend, is myself. I love myself. I romance myself. And I attract reflections. And then we learn more about each other and then have zero insistence, zero assumptions what this relationship is for and where it's going towards. No. Just learning from each other. When you're excited to be together and don't insist where it goes, then because everything changes. That's the only constant. And maybe this person is just there in your life for 2 sentences or an entire chapter or maybe the entire book, but I don't know. I don't know. Let it free flow or limit yourself. But no, it's all coming from fear. Oh, I'm not enough. I want to attach myself to this person. Attachment leads to suffering because it's your fear-based belief that you are not enough. I need him. I need her. She or he makes me complete. Oh, I need to attach myself to him, to her. Yeah, together, forever. Okay. And then all of a sudden, oh, you into him, you into her. You want to have an abundance of experiences. You want to flow. You want to learn from him, from her. But I can't. And he's not allowed. Oh, it hurts so much here because it's your fear, because you don't love yourself unconditionally. And you don't have to. Do what you want. Freedom is your birthright. But that's what we basically all want. I want to read you something else. You are loved so unconditionally by creation that you can even choose to believe that you are not loved. The universe doesn't care, one way or another. It's going to support you unconditionally. So whatever you say goes. What you say goes. That's how much you love, that you believe you're not loved, you're going to experience that. But it's you, it's all you. And once you truly get it, it's you. And you can tell yourself a different story, a different belief, and you get it, that you're enough, you believed it, you know that you're going to experience that. And all of a sudden, you don't want to be attached to anyone because you don't need anything in the outside, no validation. You want to have this free flow of people coming in and out and connecting with him or her and going deeper and deeper. And no, it takes nothing away. It takes nothing away when you flow with other people. It just adds. It adds. I see relationships like the ocean. And where you meet a new person, you're snorkeling on the surface of the ocean, and then Irina, and we like each other, and we put our scuba diving equipment on, and we dive deeper and deeper, and then you flow somewhere, I flow somewhere, we learn more, we get new upgrades, new colors, synchronistically, because we're excited to be together and learn from each other. Synchronistically, we're kicked back together, and it's not like we're on the surface again. No, we're at the same depth and can go so much deeper because we're so further, because we allowed ourselves where our true natural self could be, to learn the most, to experience the most, to grow, to expand. And it's just going deeper and deeper in an abundance way of all kinds of relationships. And it's just adding, it's taking zero, nada, nothing away. It just adds. Wow. And then all of a sudden, open relationships, not labeling relationships at all, makes internally sense to you. But it's not like, oh, this concept, I have to learn it. No. When you learn to love yourself unconditionally, all of a sudden this makes all the sense in the world. It's like, yep, it's a no-brainer. But before that, you're making it conditional, because you make yourself conditional, because you're believing in fear, in lack, in limitations, in negativity. So if it doesn't serve you, because you can keep believing what you want, but you're still listening. You're still listening. So you are that powerful. You can transform it. And whenever you want. How about now? Or now, because that's all it is, in eternal now. So let's go.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something to the part where you said attachment, like being unattached because the attachment brings suffering, because you like look for validation outside and everything. I just wanted to add that this doesn't mean that, for example, if you're in a relationship with someone, then you break up, that you cannot feel like pain in that moment, because this pain is valid. It's not pain, it's grief. And what
Everything
I learned
is valid.
yesterday I learned that grief is love, and love is grief. Like, you're just through this grief appreciating what you had or what you still have. And it's
filtered
also
through
valid.
Negative belief.
Yeah, but no, it's not. I mean, I'm saying
it's all based on love,
Yeah,
but this
exactly.
grief,
But grief, it's not something like, it shouldn't be. It's not negative. It's just appreciation of the moments you had, and you shouldn't be like, oh, we broke up. It's okay. I don't really care. You just
Yeah, but that's not
love.
what I'm saying.
But I know that's what I wanted to add. Exactly.
If you have a belief where, hey, I am enough, and you wanna go somewhere else, I feel zero grief, because there is no negative belief that I believe I judge this in any way, that this is wrong or something. No, this is, if you wanna be somewhere else, I wanna see you fly. I wanna see everyone fly. I wanna see everyone as his or her true natural self. So go fly, and it's this go girl mentality. Go girl to everyone. If he or she doesn't want to be in my life, then I'm not excited as well. And I only experience grief if I believe I still need him or her somehow. It hurts. Yeah, of course, it's all based on unconditional love. That's all it is, unconditional love. But we have the choice, and you choose to believe in lack, that you need that person somehow, and that's how you're gonna. Emotions come from beliefs. There are no emotions in a vacuum. I tell you a word you don't know how to feel to it because you've never heard that word. I tell you a word you know, like stupid, you feel to it because you have a definition, you have a belief. You change it, you're going to experience something else. Why haven't I experienced in years this feeling of hour? Because I know I'm enough. If someone doesn't want to be in my life, thinks I got crazy, I let him or her go with love. And I don't want to be in his or her life right now because he or she doesn't want to as well. Then it's this frequency not of highest excitement, but of attachment. And I don't feel it. And I don't feel zero grief because I know I'm enough at my core, moment to moment, and truly getting that. And
Yes,
of course, it's all based on love.
I know, but I'm just saying, you like, it kind of seems as if like you can just you can just detach, but it seems for me there's a beauty in this ending of a relationship and appreciating it and maybe letting it go through tears or grief or
Sure.
and
Whatever
I
you
think,
say goes.
exactly. But I think it's not something negative and it's not being attached. It's just in that moment, like appreciating what you have and let go of that and like having this experience in your experience book, and still in the end of the chapter you're like, wow, that was great. I can't wait. I can't give it a tear, and I'm not. I just want to add, because sometimes it's very like, I love crying, and I love crying for someone or for a breakup or for something like that, because it makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel the love that I had for this person or the love that I had for our relationship and stuff like that. So it's totally valid to suffer.
It's all valid. Getting that there's zero value judgment.
Exactly.
All I'm saying, zero value judgment. It's all this human experience. It's all valid. It's all, there's no value judgment. This is not good. This is not bad. Nothing. But if you're suffering in a way where it really doesn't serve you, because the breakup, you're so heartbroken and you want it to end because nothing can fulfill it. You're still human. You cannot stop to exist. You cannot cease to exist. And no matter what you do, I know this feeling. I've been there. I've been heartbroken. And whatever I do, this whole comes with me. And it fucking hurts. It hurts so badly. And no. I experience zero joy out of this in any way. I just wanted to stop. Here is the solution. It's you. Look in the mirror. It's your beliefs. You're telling yourself you are not enough. Work on this belief. Transform it. And it's a process. You transform it, you feel differently, then I felt differently. And if I felt differently, I can keep feeling differently, and I can keep feeling, if I can keep feeling a bit differently, I can keep feeling a lot differently, and I can keep feeling a lot differently all the time. And the more you truly believe what serves you, the easier it becomes. And the more challenging it becomes to go back into limitations, into fear-based negative beliefs. So get it that it's all you, and see the beauty in everything, because we are human. We're human right now, and everything is spiritual. Guess what? Because we're spirits. No matter what you do is spiritual. We're all coming home. This all fucking doesn't matter. But what you do out of this experience, you're still here. You cannot cease to exist. And currently, we have chosen to experience a human experience. So if you don't want to experience suffering anymore, you took the joy out of it. But now, hey, I wanted to fucking stop. Hey, guess what? It's all you, bitches. It's you. And you can stop it. And you can, and getting that it's all you. It's not random. Life is not random. No, it's all you. Why am I happy, fulfilled, blissful, grateful since years? Because it's me, and I don't stop it because it so serves me. I only want to experience the heaven 24/7 though. So that's what I keep creating, but not invalidating anything else. No, I'm so thankful for all the suffering, all the pain, because I've experienced it. And then I know, because I experienced, is the only thing to tell, how much that sucked. And now I know I don't want it. I don't prefer it. Because so often we humans learn things, what we want, by experiencing what we don't want. To see how much it fucking hurts. To see how much we hate it. To see how much life can suck. No, thank you. I don't want to experience that again. I believe differently now. I choose differently, because it's all me, and I don't want to go back there because I've experienced it. But it's so nice to experience it. I'm so thankful for the time in the hospital, for the time I was so desperately heartbroken, for the time I was so desperate, attached, needy, greedy, asshole. I'm so thankful for that because it fucking sucked so much. I created such a hell reality where I was so lost, so cut off, the illusion of being cut off, of alone, of a piece of shit. I don't want to live anymore. I've experienced that. So thankful for that. And now I know what I don't want, and I keep creating the heaven, but not invalidating anything. Do what you want. Don't follow your excitement. Be an asshole. Do what you want. But if you don't enjoy it, if you keep listening, getting it's you, and you truly want to transform that, the most powerful thing I can tell you is keep listening to my podcast and Bashar. Bashar, Bashar, Bashar. I mostly do German podcasts right now. That's my excitement. But unlimited Bashar. Write me a DM. Listen to Bashar and fucking get it. And then you cannot stop out-argumenting yourself because once you get it, you get it. And you know, okay, oh, poor little me. Yeah, who says that? You. And because of that, I experienced that. And who can stop it? I can stop it. And when now, and then this voice in your head doesn't stop. And then you cannot stop out-argumenting your shit. And you guess what? You stop creating shit because it doesn't serve you. But then you slip again, you experience shit. Ow, it hurts. You see, it doesn't serve me. I don't want to experience anymore. Thank it, let it go away, transform it, and you experience something else. And then the next time it comes, a limiting belief, a negative, a fear-based belief. Hey, buddy, want to buy a watch? And you're like, oh, nice. Oh, wait a minute. And you see what it is. And you transform that bitch. You transform it because it's the point where it's not random anymore because you know it. You have the tools, and then you slip again, and then you slip less and less, and then you're just surfing your winning streak, becoming more and more your true natural self, following your highest excitement, knowing that there's nothing too good to be true, and because you believe that you're gonna experience that, and you create the heaven 24/7, and life becomes so blissful joy, and just a beautiful manifestation of in total ecstasy of all that is, of creation, admiring the beauty of creation. That's what I do nonstop, and it doesn't stop because I don't let it stop. No one has something against it, that you experience a total ecstasy, every single bliss, every single moment. No one. God, creation, all that is, however you want to call it, no one has something against it. Except you raising your hand, but, and I don't raise my hand anymore for a long time. I don't. And thus it doesn't stop. Because it's all fucking you. But it's all valid, you know? It's all valid. And no value judgment or anything because they experiencing creation. And there is no better or worse. We're all coming home. It's just a human experience, and do what out of it you want.
Okay.
Sorry, that just needed to get out that people get it, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just let whatever negative feelings you feel in, you know, and then they have to come in to let them go. And then when you let them go, for that moment, maybe you feel kind of like crying when you break up in that moment, but don't take that with you. Don't keep it as a hole in your, like you said, don't keep it as a hole in your soul that something is missing. Just let go of that
Unless
in that moment, unless you want. But if you want to suffer, of course, keep it. If you don't,
keep it. And it's valid too. It's valid too.
Yes, we have to have that experience too. I mean, so but like you can just suffer for that moment. Take it as it is. It happens, and then let go of it, and then wish the person everything and wish yourself everything and be everything, and then you can totally and completely like be detached of that part of that suffering and continue living a blissful and exciting life without having flashbacks to, oh, I had this bad breakup in my life, or stuff like that, which is just it's just like carrying a bag of shit around you all the time. So yeah, let them.
And it smells. Oh, it's so stinking. Yeah, why is it stinking? Because you are shit. And why are you shit? Not any value judgment, because you believe you're shit. And thus you're shit because you believe it. What you believe it, you're gonna experience. So once something hit, where do emotions come from? From your beliefs. Don't distract yourself. Oh, I'm in a mood today. I'm gonna watch something and distract myself. I mean, do what you want, but if you wanted to stop, transform it. Sit down and ask yourself, what do I have to believe is true to experience what I do? Discover the negative, limiting, fear-based belief by asking yourself, where does this feeling come from? What do I have to believe is true to experience this feeling, this thought, this loop I'm in? And then once you discover this belief, and it's always at the core that you are not enough, transform it. Why do you think you need this person, need validation from him or her, that you are not enough without his approval or without him being in your life? And then transform it by being in that peaceful moment of bliss where you know you're enough, and then those emotions hit and you feel it differently, and then you keep that alive moment to moment, because it's not like, oh, this belief, I been there, done that, now it's implemented. No, moment to moment, you're a new person. What you believe now, you're going to experience. What you believe now, you're going to experience. And then you believe you're enough, but then something hits in the outside, a smell, or you hear something, or a look in the mirror, and you, oh, I'm a piece of shit again. And then keep that up, that, oh, it's hitting again. Why do I tell myself that? Okay, I looked in the mirror and blah, blah, blah. And then you transform it. And then it becomes so easy to keeping that belief alive. And then you know it. You know that you're enough, that you are all that is, that you are God, that I'm God, that we're all God. And then it's so easy to know that there's nothing missing, no matter what everyone says, because circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters, materializes. And what I believe I'm going to experience, it's all me. And fuck, it's become so easy and so challenging and difficult for me to go back to believing I'm cut off, poor little me, I'm not enough, there's something missing, I'm looking at the outside for. So yeah.
And the really nice thing about this is it's just another skill, it's just like any other skill. Like
it's
when
the
I was
skill.
when I was 5 years old, I couldn't cut with a knife, but now I can easily because I practice it. And the more you do it, the more you get in touch with your beliefs and your definition, and you learn to judge them and to change them and to live them and walk your talk, basically, the easier it gets. And the next belief, it's already okay, you don't have to meditate like 5 weeks over it, you just do it in 2 weeks, and then the next belief you do it in 2 days, and the next belief you're just like,
and then you just know, and then you just know, and then you're just cruising, and then you just know. No, whatever circumstance comes, whatever my mom says, my brother says, hate comment says, the mirror says, a smell smells like, whatever, nothing can create in me this belief that I am not enough, that there's something missing, because I know. And I know if I believe in it, it's an illusion and I'm going to experience it and it doesn't serve me at all. So why should I? And then, I'm excited to be leaner, more muscular, and work towards that because I'm excited, but not, or then I'm better or something. No, it's just an excitement of mine, but I know there is no arrival. The journey is everything, and I'm already enough. There's nothing missing. I need to get to be better. There's already everything, full potential. But then I'm just excited about something, to do this or that, but not seeing validation in that, because then it never stops to looking at the outside. And I have this, and then I'm happy, and then I'm happy, and no, never, until you find it in yourself. And then you just, well, of course you want to do something, do it, become better at things, so nice, enjoying the experience, but don't make your worth depending on that, truly getting that in the core. Listen to Bashar.
I'm really interested on how many guys from when I post this in my story or something will listen to this podcast, because I have like 73% of my followers are just men. And I don't know, maybe...
Yeah, say some final words to them. Listening to Bashar, I would say, is it.
I'm telling you, listen to this podcast and take it, and... Take it. And I really have to pee. So yeah. Conclusion of this podcast:
listen,
we all
Bashar.
go lesbian and fuck guys.
Fuck those guys. They're all fucking.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All the cameras are out. It's just me now.
It's just us.
Yeah.
What is this between us?
And I'm out.
Okay, and if you wanna order anything. At Rocker, we deliver to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, a nice supplement company. I took a big part in veganizing and making it sustainable, because it's just my excitement. I made zero insistence or assumptions, just happened naturally, because that's how it unfolded. So just follow your bliss with zero expectations, assumptions. Get the entire formula of following your highest excitement. Listen to Bashar. Let's go. And if you want to order at Rocker, you can save 10% either with my code Ferdi or Irina's code
Irina.
and then you save 10%. And yep, at the end of my podcast, I always roll a Bashar nugget, and I think I will roll one about exactly this topic, and I already have one in mind, and I see a synchronistic number on my phone because I see synchronistic numbers everywhere, and it's showing me, yep, Ferdinand, you're doing good, you're in alignment, everything is all right. Thanks for listening. Until next time, follow Irina. Peace out.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you for being here today.
Our passion and our pleasure.
I want to ask kind of a personal question.
Well, of course, because you're a person.
I am a person. So can you tell me a little bit more about like soulmates and marriage?
Yes.
The last 2 relationships I had were like really bad breakups for me, and I felt
How exciting. What did you
like-
learn? Did
like-
you learn how to recognize more quickly that which is more vibrationally compatible to what you
Yes.
prefer? Then they have served your purpose, and you may thank them for that.
But why does it hurt so bad?
Because you're not using it in the most positive way, because you are thinking it has something to do with devaluing you.
Yes.
Well,
that's
stop
exactly
that.
it.
Well, you're worthy.
So I just feel like every time I'm picking, like
Yes.
I'm in this relationship, like just asleep, and then all of a sudden it's like I get hit by a bus, and then my heart's broken.
Oh, all right. Well, you have the glue to put it back together.
I do.
All right.
What does
So
the
the
glue look like?
idea, the glue looks like energy and the idea that you are worthy.
Okay.
Yes? And no victimization of yourself.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you are willing and able to learn from the experiences, then you can move forward in a positive way because you recognize that the reason you attracted them was to learn these lessons and bring out of yourself the negative perspective you've been holding of yourself so that you no longer will succumb to the lure of those who are willing to reinforce your belief in your own victimhood.
I didn't know that's what I was doing.
That's what you're
I thought we were having a good time.
You can have a good time,
I thought it was like
but
sailing
then,
on the
as you
bay.
say, there's the bus
There's the truck,
and the truck that comes along so
And
you
then
can
it's
get
like
on
in the
and go
gut.
somewhere else on it.
and then I wake up and I'm like, wait, what?
Yes, that's fine. Wait, what? But this is what? The idea is to learn from it and go, all right,
Okay.
the next time I attract myself into some relationship,
Yeah.
I am not going to bring any assumptions or insistences into that relationship about what I think it should be. I'm just going to let it be what it is and see what it is. I'm not going to impose any kind of structure upon it because I really, in truth, have no clue why I attracted this relationship right now. So I'm just going to let it be what it is. And by letting it be what it is and not imposing a particular societal structure on what you think it should be,
Right.
then you will have your eyes open and you'll be able to see what's happening much more quickly. And you'll be able to respond much more quickly in the way that actually works for you instead of sticking with something
Right.
longer than you should because it has nothing to do with what you prefer.
So I have like these preconceived notions about what a relationship
Yes.
looks like when I get it. Like we're supposed to go to this and we're supposed to do that.
Yes.
And then we're
and that's why in our society, we don't have that. We
Yeah.
let the relationship be what it is, and we may not even know what it is until it changes.
So like just showing up without any preconceived notions, like coming from nothing. Just
Here is the purpose of all relationships, no matter what their form. Each person in the relationship is there to be a reflection to the other person or people in the relationship in order for each of you to discover more of who you are and do that for the others as well. That's it. That's the whole purpose of reflective relationship, no matter what form it takes, is you help each other become more of who you are. When that stops being something that happens in the relationship, that's your first clue that you need to move on to get another relationship of some sort so you can keep growing, keep learning, and keep helping others learn to grow as well. Because, and here's the real secret, even if it appeared that the other person changed in some way and allowed them to become more vibrationally compatible with you so that you could, quote unquote, stay in the relationship, you're not in a relationship with the same person anyway. Literally, not the same person. I don't care how they look on the surface. If someone changes, they're not the same person,
Right.
because person is an artificial construct. So even if it still looks like the same body, it's not. So what difference does it make if they don't look the same, if it's another person? Because
Right.
it's another person anyway.
Right.
So the sooner you recognize what does and doesn't work anymore
Right.
in the relationship, the sooner you will go, all right, I am absolutely appreciative, absolutely grateful for what it is I have learned in this relationship, what I have learned about myself, what I've been able to give to you as a gift to help you learn about yourself. But what it is that I give you is none of my business, whether you take it or not. But I have taken from you what I needed, so thank you so very much. I am now moving ahead, and if you wish to come with me, then make your choice to be with me by being someone that is more vibrationally compatible with what I now prefer. Otherwise, go on your path to find what works for you. I love you unconditionally enough to let you go do that.
Sounds
And I
sure.
love myself
Yes.
unconditionally enough
Yeah.
so that I can go do that.
I value myself enough.
Exactly.
So the next.
And you value them by showing them who you actually are, who they're actually in a relationship with. Otherwise, you're playing false.
I didn't know that I was not valuing myself before when I went into the other ones. Is that what I was?
But that's what you're learning you're doing.
Okay.
So now you understand that you can value yourself.
Okay.
And when you value yourself and make the decision that something should change from that state of being,
Right.
it won't be painful.
It won't be painful.
No, of course. How can it
Yeah.
be painful if you're
Right.
in a state of valuing yourself?
And I'm not
That's
giving away-
completely
yeah.
contradictory.
I'm not giving away my power either.
Of course.
So that's me valuing myself and not trying to change
Yes.
myself to fit into what I think I should look like or act like
Because
or be
then
like for a
again,
relationship.
if you're not yourself, you're not in a relationship with them anyway.
Yeah.
You're just who they think you should be.
Right. And
So you're
yeah.
lying to them.
And myself.
When you then show them who you are, you're giving them an opportunity, the best opportunity of all, to decide whether or not they want to change to be more compatible with you. Otherwise, you're just, again, being false to them and you're not in a relationship with them, not the real you.
And if we don't decide to change together, it has no impact on my value at all.
Why should it?
It shouldn't.
Then it doesn't.
I get to decide, right?
do
it's
get
just
to decide.
not like we're just not in the flow. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Kind of. You will meet again somewhere, somehow.
Just-
These are all things being played out by agreement. It may be members of your soul family. It may be someone else entirely.
Right.
But the attraction is there for a reason of helping you grow, helping you to understand who you are. So again, you will meet somewhere, somehow,
Right.
again, in some way, in a very different circumstance and situation. Whether it's physical or not is beside the point.
It seems though like sex is like very intimate, and
It is.
when you do that, sometimes it's like you don't want to part from that person. You want to hang out.
Social convention in your mind.
It's made up.
Yes.
I want to go to dinner after we do that. That's made up. Like let's
There are things that may be representative of things that you do prefer.
right.
But you have to know the difference in yourself, whether you are choosing something from true excitement or whether you are choosing it from anxiety. And if you're just honest with yourself, you'll know the difference.